How many 10 out of 10 games have you actually played on your PS5? Be honest. 2? Maybe 3? Well, I've got 20 of them right here, and I guarantee you haven't played at least 5 of these. Each one is a system seller on its own. Your next 3 months of gaming? Sorted. Okay, hear me out before you scroll past this one. Yeah, Sackboy might look like a kid's game, but this is honestly one of the most joyful experiences on PS5. Every single level feels like someone poured pure happiness into game form. The soundtrack? Absolutely insane. They've got licensed tracks remixed to match the gameplay perfectly. Imagine platforming to Uptown Funk, where every jump syncs with the beat. It's ridiculous how well it works. Playing co-op turns into absolute chaos in the best way possible. You'll be throwing your friends off cliffs 1 second and desperately trying to save them the next. The game knows exactly what it is, pure, unfiltered fun without taking itself too seriously. Those time trials, though, they'll humble you real quick. Don't let the cute exterior fool you. Some of these challenges will have you sweating bullets. The DualSense implementation makes every material feel different. Knitted fabric, metal, goo. It's wild how much personality they packed into this little stuffed guy's adventure. If you need a palette cleanser between all those dark, gritty games, this is your answer. This game has no business looking this good. Seriously, Kena looks like a Pixar movie you can actually play, and somehow it's from a studio that used to make commercials. Those little rot creatures, most adorable sidekicks in gaming, hands down. They start as these shy little fluff balls hiding behind rocks, but by the end, you're commanding an army of cuteness that can literally move mountains. The combat will catch you off guard though. You'll walk in thinking it's all zen and peaceful, then boom, you're getting absolutely destroyed by a corrupted spirit because you underestimated the difficulty. That parry system is unforgiving, especially on higher difficulties. The boss fights are genuine spectacles, each one feeling like this emotional journey where you're not just fighting, you're healing these tormented spirits. And man, when you finally purify an area and watch it bloom back to life, chef's kiss. The photo mode alone has probably stolen 50 hours of my life. Every frame is screenshot worthy, just don't get too attached to certain characters, trust me on that one. This game will hit you right in the feels when you least expect it. Stellar Blade came out of nowhere and said, what if we made the most stylish action game possible? Every fight feels like you're choreographing a deadly dance. The combat is butter smooth, linking combos into perfect dodges, into devastating counters, never gets old. And those boss fights? Some of the best I've played in years. Each one forces you to completely rethink your approach. You can't just button mash your way through. You need to actually learn patterns and timing. The world is this beautiful disaster. Humanity's gone, but somehow the apocalypse looks gorgeous. Exploring the ruins hits different when you're finding these audio logs about people's last days. It gets dark, really dark. Eve's outfit collection might grab headlines, but honestly, the real star is how incredible the game feels to play. That perfect parry mechanic? So satisfying you'll be hunting enemies just to flex on them. The soundtrack goes unnecessarily hard too. Whoever decided to put that much effort into the music deserves a raise. Fair warning, the fishing minigame is dangerously addictive. I definitely didn't spend 3 hours fishing when I should have been saving humanity. Definitely didn't. Nathan Drake at 120 frames per second is something else entirely. Playing Uncharted 4 and Lost Legacy with these upgrades feels like experiencing them for the first time again. That chase sequence in Madagascar at 120 frames per second, it's absolutely bonkers. Your heart will be racing the entire time. The facial animations still blow my mind. You can see every little smirk, every eye roll, every moment of "I'm too old for this" written across Nate's face. The banter between characters remains unmatched. Elena and Nate's relationship feels so genuine, you forget you're watching polygons. And Chloe and Nadine in Lost Legacy, best duo ever. Their chemistry is off the charts. The set pieces hit different on PS5 too. That clock tower collapse, the convoy chase, pure cinema. The gunplay feels snappier with the adaptive triggers. You feel the weight difference between weapons. Photo mode is dangerous here because every vista begs to be captured. These games prove that linear storytelling still has its place. Sometimes you don't want an open world. You want a perfectly crafted roller coaster. And honestly, swinging from that grappling hook never ever gets old. These games age like fine wine. Ragnarok took everything from 2018 and said, let's crank it up to 11. The opening hours alone are worth the price of admission. That Thor fight? No spoilers, but holy hell, what an introduction. Kratos and Atreus' relationship evolving is the real heart here. Watching Atreus become his own person while Kratos struggles with letting go, it hits different if you're a parent. The realms are massive this time. Svartalfheim's wetlands, Vanaheim's jungle, each feels completely unique. Combat got major upgrades too. Switching between the axe and blades mid-combo while Atreus is summoning spectral animals, pure chaos in the the best way. The side quests aren't just filler either. Some of these stories rival the main campaign. Helping Freya work through her grief? Brutal. The accessibility options are incredible too. Santa Monica understood the assignment. And without spoiling anything, the finale is everything you could want. Epic battles, emotional gut punches, and moments that'll have you staring at the screen, processing what just happened. Bear McCreary's soundtrack deserves every award. When that main theme kicks in during key moments, goosebumps. Every single time. This is how you end a Norse saga. Square Enix looked at Remake and said, that was just the warm-up. Rebirth is absolutely massive. And I mean massive. The moment you step into the open world and realize you can actually explore the places you only dreamed about in 1997, mind-blowing. Cloud and the gang feel more alive than ever. The party banter while you're running around is gold. Barrett commenting on Cloud's driving skills had me dying. The combat evolution is insane. Synergy attacks make every character combination feel unique. Launching Tifa into the air for a combo with Cloud while Aerith is setting up magical nukes never gets old. Red Toitin being fully playable changes everything. His revenge mode is so satisfying to pull off. The minigames though, there are so many. Queen's Blood alone could be its own game. I've lost entire nights to that card game. The Gold Saucer is everything you hoped for and more. That date mechanic system? Genius. Your choices actually matter for once. And the music, God, the music. Hearing those classic tracks fully orchestrated while exploring regions hits different. Without spoiling anything, they handled that scene perfectly. Different, but perfect. This game respects the original while being brave enough to forge its own path. This remake doesn't just update Demon's Souls, it transforms it into something otherworldly. The atmosphere is suffocating in the best way. Every footstep echoes, every distant moan makes you paranoid. Bluepoint understood that Demon's Souls isn't just about difficulty, it's about dread. The Tower of Latria, in 4K nightmare fuel. Those mind flayers will haunt your dreams. The prison cells, the screaming, that heart beating in the background, it's psychological warfare. The boss fights feel properly epic now. Flamelurker isn't just hard, he's terrifying. The way his flames light up the entire arena while he's charging at you, pure panic. The Dragon God encounter is a whole cinematic experience. Character tendency and world tendency still confuse everyone, and honestly, that's part of the charm. The game doesn't hold your hand, doesn't explain everything, and that mystery is refreshing. The haptic feedback sells every hit. You feel the weight of your weapon, the impact against armor, bones breaking. Loading times being basically instant changes everything. Death doesn't feel as punishing when you're back in action in 2 seconds. This is how you remake a classic. Respect the original while showing what modern hardware can do. Final Fantasy went full Game of Thrones, and I'm here for it. This isn't your typical FF story. It's dark, political, and people actually die. The icon battles are absolutely unhinged. Fighting Titan feels like you're in a kaiju movie. The scale is incomprehensible. You're literally punching a mountain-sized giant while orchestral music is going nuclear. Clive's journey from privileged prince to broken slave to revolutionary hits hard. The voice acting sells every emotional beat. When Clive screams in rage, you feel it. The combat is pure action, and it's incredible. Switching between iconic abilities mid-combo feels so fluid. Phoenix flames into Garuda claws into Titan fists. The combinations are endless. The game gets dark though. This isn't Power of Friendship territory. War crimes, slavery, body horror. It earns that M rating. Side quests start slow but become essential. Watching how your actions slowly change the world, seeing hope return to people's eyes, that's the real reward. Active time lore is genius. Getting context mid-cutscene without pausing is perfect. And that finale? The last 3 hours are an emotional roller coaster that'll leave you exhausted. This is Final Fantasy growing up, and it's beautiful. Insomniac said, what if we just put everything in this game? 2 Spider-Men, Venom, Kraven, the Black Suit, Brooklyn, Queens. It's almost too much, but somehow it all works. The web wings change everything. That first time you dive off a skyscraper and glide across the entire city? Magical. Switching between Peter and Miles mid-mission feels so natural. Their different fighting styles keep combat fresh even after 40 hours. Peter with the symbiote is terrifying. Those symbiote surge attacks are brutal. You feel the aggression, the loss of control. The story goes places I didn't expect. Without spoiling, there's a boss fight that rivals anything in the MCU. The scale is absurd. Miles' evolved powers are sick. That chain lightning combined with invisibility, you feel unstoppable. The side content actually matters this time. The Mysterio missions, the Flame Cult, hunting Kraven's hunters. It all connects. Coney Island is a love letter to Spider-Man history. Every Easter egg, every reference, it's fan service done right. The accessibility options are industry-leading. The fact anyone can experience this game regardless of ability is beautiful. That swing assist that lets you feel like a pro from day one? Chef's kiss. This is peak superhero gaming. This game is a PS5 flex and it knows it. The dimension hopping isn't just a gimmick. It fundamentally changes how you play. Mid-fight, you're pulling yourself through rifts, teleporting behind enemies, It's controlled chaos. Rivet is an amazing addition. She's not just female Ratchet. She's got her own trauma, her own style. Her relationship with Kit is genuinely touching. The weapons are absolutely unhinged as always. The Topiary Sprinkler turns enemies into plants. The Ricochet gun with full upgrades? You're basically playing pinball with bullets. The accessibility options blow my mind. You can slow down gameplay, auto-aim, make Ratchet invincible. Insomniac wants everyone to experience this. Each planet feels like a full realized world. Nefarious city in the rain with all that neon. Blade Runner vibes. The pirates singing while you're grinding on rails. Perfectly ridiculous. The DualSense implementation is next level. Every weapon feels different. The Enforcer shotgun has this satisfying pump action in the triggers. Without spoiling, there's a sequence involving multiple dimensions colliding that might be the most technically impressive thing on PS5. This game is Saturday morning cartoon energy with Pixar-level presentation. Pure joy from start to finish. Aloy returns and somehow looks even more incredible. Every single hair on her head moves independently. It's insane. The Forbidden West is absolutely gorgeous. You'll stop mid-mission just to watch the sunset over the desert. The underwater sections? Game changer. Fighting machines while diving through sunken ruins feels like a different game entirely. The machines this time are terrifying. The Slaughter Spine will ruin your day. That thing is basically a mechanical T-Rex on steroids that shoots plasma. The Tremortusk fights feel like Monster Hunter boss battles. You need actual strategy, not just spam arrows. The climbing is finally fixed. No more searching for yellow handholds. If it looks climbable, you can probably climb it. The story gets wild. Without spoiling, the revelations about the past and future will have you questioning everything. The side characters actually matter now. Kotalo, Zoe, Beta, they're not just quest givers. They're fully realized people with their own arcs. The flying mount changes everything. That first flight on a Sunwing? Pure freedom. Suddenly the entire map opens up in ways you didn't expect. The DualSense features are subtle but perfect. You feel the tension in your bow, the impact of machines stomping nearby. This is how you do a sequel. Bigger, better, but still fundamentally Horizon. This remaster adds the roguelike mode nobody asked it for, but everyone needed. No return mode is addictive as hell. Each run feels different. And playing as different characters completely changes your approach. The main game at 60 frames per second hits different. Those brutal combat encounters feel even more intense when everything's buttery smooth. The violence is still uncomfortable, and that's the point. Every kill has weight. You feel Ellie's descent into darkness through gameplay. Seattle is hauntingly beautiful. Nature reclaiming the city while different factions wage war. It's apocalyptic poetry. Playing as Abby remains controversial, but it's bold storytelling. That switch forces you to reconsider everything. Her Day 2 is probably the best level design Naughty Dog's ever done. The hospital basement? Still terrifying. If you know, you know. That thing in the dark? Nightmare fuel. The guitar minigame hits harder in context. Those quiet moments between the violence are what make this special. The accessibility options remain industry-leading. Anyone can experience this story, and that matters. The lost levels and the extras show what could have been. That sewer section? Glad they cut it, but fascinating to explore. Love it or hate it, this game sparks conversations like nothing else in gaming. This isn't just a remaster, it's a complete rebuild. Joel and Ellie look like completely different people in the best way. Every wrinkle, every scar tells a story. The expression work is unmatched. You can read entire conversations in Joel's eyes. The gameplay improvements from Part 2 transform the experience. Combat feels modern, responsive, brutal. You can go prone, craft on the fly, and enemy AI is dramatically smarter. That winter section with David? Even more disturbing with these graphics. You see the horror in Ellie's face. It's uncomfortable and powerful. The infected are absolutely terrifying now. Bloaters will make you panic. That first encounter in the gym, your hands will be shaking. Clickers sound even worse with 3D audio. You hear them in specific directions, clicking getting closer. It's anxiety-inducing. The giraffes seen in 4K, I'm not crying, you're crying. That moment of beauty in all the darkness hits even harder. Bill's Town showcases the upgrade perfectly. Every house tells a story through environmental details you couldn't see before. The DLC being integrated is perfect. Left Behind provides crucial context for Ellie's journey. This is how you preserve a masterpiece while making it feel contemporary. Ghost of Tsushima is pure samurai fantasy brought to life. The way the wind guides you instead of waypoints? Genius. You're not following a GPS, you're one with nature. Every standoff feels like a scene from Kurosawa. The tension, the music building, then BAM! 3 enemies dead before they can blink. The combat is poetry in motion. Switching stances mid-combo to counter different enemies never gets old. Water stance into wind stance into a perfect parry? You feel like a sword god. The island of Iki adds a whole new layer. Jin confronting his past, those hallucination sequences, they're visually insane and emotionally devastating. The duels are masterpieces. Each one feels unique, personal. The duel in the Red Leaves? Screenshot paradise. Photo mode has probably added 20 hours to everyone's playtime. The Japanese lip sync with Kurosawa mode is the way to play. Black and white, film grain, Japanese voices. It's like playing a classic samurai film. The foxes leading you to shrines? I will follow every single one. They're too cute to ignore. The ending choice still sparks debates. Both options feel right and wrong simultaneously. That's brilliant game design. This game respects Japanese culture while being accessible to everyone. It's respectful power fantasy done right. Returnal is what happens when you give Housemarque a AAA budget and tell them to go wild. This game will break you, then you'll thank it. Every death is your fault, and you know it. The beginning is brutal. You'll die 20 times before reaching the first boss. But when everything clicks, you become unstoppable. The DualSense implementation is revolutionary. You feel the alien rain, each weapon's unique feedback. The adaptive triggers having 2 stages for alt-fire? Genius. Biome 3 is where boys become men. Those drones will humble you real quick, but conquering it, pure dopamine. The house sequences are psychological horror perfection. Each visit reveals more about Celine's past, and it's disturbing. First-person sections in a roguelike shouldn't work, but it does. The audio design is incredible. Put on headphones and you can hear enemies through walls. 3D audio saves lives here. That moment when you finally understand the story? Mind blown. It's not what you think. The daily challenges keep you coming back. Competing for high scores against the world is dangerously addictive. The Tower of Sisyphus update is basically a whole new game. Endless climbing, getting more powerful, then losing everything? It's masochistic perfection. This game isn't for everyone, but if it clicks for you, nothing else compares. Gran Turismo 7 is car porn disguised as a racing game, and I mean that in the best way possible. The car models are so detailed, you can see individual screws in the engine bay. It's borderline obsessive. The cafe mode is genius. Instead of boring tutorials, you're collecting cars like Pokemon while learning racing history. That first time you complete a menu and unlock a legendary car, dopamine hit. The DualSense is insane here. You feel everything. The grip losing on wet tarmac, ABS kicking in, your tires struggling for traction, your triggers fight back during braking. It's wild. The weather system will ruin your race in the best way. You're leading comfortably, then rain hits Nürburgring, and suddenly you're sliding into barriers like a rookie. The license tests remain soul-crushing. That final super license test? I've seen grown adults cry, but nailing it after 50 attempts, better than any boss fight. Photo mode is dangerous. Scapes mode has real-world locations where you can place your car. 3 hours gone just taking pictures of your Supra in Tokyo. The economy got fixed, thankfully. No more grinding the same race 400 times for one car. Music rally mode is weirdly addictive. Racing to the beat of classical music shouldn't work, but it absolutely does. This is the complete racing package. Bloober Team had an impossible task and somehow pulled it off. This isn't just prettier Silent Hill 2, it's a complete reimagining that respects the original's DNA. The fog is oppressive. You can barely see 5 feet ahead, and every shadow could be death. The atmosphere is suffocating. Walking through those apartments, hearing things through walls, that radio static getting louder, anxiety through the roof. Pyramid Head is absolutely terrifying now. That first encounter, even knowing it's coming doesn't prepare you. The way he moves, the sound of that blade dragging, nightmares for weeks. Combat feels weighty and desperate. You're not an action hero. You're James swinging a pipe in panic. Every enemy encounter feels like survival. The psychological horror hits harder with modern tech. Those mannequin enemies hiding in plain sight? You'll never trust a dark corner again. The voice acting reinterpretation works. James sounds appropriately broken, lost, desperate. You believe his journey into hell. Maria's redesign is perfect. She's unsettling in ways that mess with your head. Those moments where she acts like Mary? Chills. The new endings add layers to the story. Without spoiling, one particular ending recontextualizes everything. The puzzles got expanded beautifully. They're actually challenging now without being obtuse. This remake proves you can modernize classics without losing their soul. Kojima made a walking simulator, and somehow it's one of the most unique games ever created. This director's cut adds just enough to make returning worth it. The gameplay loop shouldn't work. You're literally a delivery man. But something about building roads, leaving ladders for others, creating this connected world, it's meditative. Those moments when you're climbing a mountain, low roar playing, rain starting, gaming at its most artistic. It's not for everyone, but if it clicks, it really clicks. The social strand system is beautiful. Someone's bridge saves your delivery. You'll never meet them, but you're connected. It's weirdly emotional. The director's cut editions are smart. Racing on highways you built is satisfying as hell. The buddy bot carrying your stuff? Game changer for long hauls. Fighting BTS never gets less tense. That moment when the rain starts, your baby starts crying, and you see those handprints forming? Panic mode activated. The cast is stacked, And they deliver. Norman Reedus sells every emotional beat. Mads Mikkelsen's scenes are hypnotic. Even the Conan O'Brien cameo works. The final delivery is one of gaming's greatest Ayurveda moments. No spoilers, but you'll never hear BB's theme the same way again. This game is Kojima Unleashed, for better or worse. It's pretentious, weird, and absolutely unforgettable. Miles's game might be shorter, but it's pure quality over quantity. Every mission, every moment matters. No filler, just spectacular Spider-Man action. Miles's powers make you play differently. Invisibility changes stealth entirely. Venom powers turn you into an electric nightmare for criminals. That Venom punch is so satisfying. The story is personal and grounded. This isn't about saving the universe, it's about saving your neighborhood. Harlem feels alive, like a real community. The winter setting is perfect. Swinging through snow, seeing your breath in the cold, Christmas decorations everywhere, magical. It's Spider-Man Home Alone and it works. The Prowler missions are intense. Without spoiling, the emotional weight behind these fights hits different. You feel Miles's conflict. The Tinkerer boss fights are creative as hell. Using programmable matter to reshape the battlefield while you're fighting? Insane. Each encounter ups the ante. The music is incredible. That hip-hop orchestral blend fits Miles perfectly. When his theme kicks in during big moments, goosebumps. The Friendly Neighborhood app is genius. These little side missions make you feel like you're actually helping people. Cat Rescue Mission Oz shouldn't be this fun. That ending swing through Harlem with This Is My Time playing, perfect superhero moment. Miles isn't just another Spider-Man, he's the Spider-Man for a new generation. Astrobot is PlayStation's love letter to itself, and it's the most creative platformer in years. Every level celebrates gaming history while innovating constantly. This isn't just a tech demo anymore, it's a full masterpiece. 80+ levels of pure imagination. Each galaxy introduces new mechanics that would be entire games elsewhere. Here, they're one-off ideas executed perfectly. The cameos are insane. Over 150 PlayStation characters hidden everywhere. Finding Kratos chilling in a hot spring, Pyramid Head doing aerobics. It's fan service done right. The DualSense showcases are mind-blowing. You feel different surfaces under Astro's feet. Sand, metal, ice. Everything has unique feedback. It's genuinely revolutionary. Boss fights are spectacular. Each one uses the controller differently. That slot machine boss where you feel the reels spinning in your hands? Genius design. The special levels based on PlayStation franchises are incredible. The God of War level, the Horizon level, they're not just references, they're playful reimaginings. The soundtrack slaps unnecessarily hard. These tunes have no right being this catchy. You'll be humming them for weeks. Finding all the puzzle pieces and lost bots becomes an obsession. That completion percentage will haunt you until you hit 100%. This game proves Nintendo doesn't own the platformer genre. Astrobot isn't just good. It's essential. Pure gaming joy from start to finish. So that's all 20, my perfect PS5 lineup. And look, I probably missed your favorite game. I know someone's screaming at their screen right now about Baldur's Gate 3 or Hogwarts Legacy. Drop it in the comments. Tell me what deserved to be number 21. Or better yet, tell me which game from this list doesn't deserve the 10 out of 10. I'll fight you in the comments respectfully. If this helped you find your next obsession, hit that like button. And if you want more PlayStation deep dives, you know what to do. I'll catch you in the next one.